Hello, everyone. I'm Gloria Hall, Editor-in-Chief of Chiropractic Economics. As part of our author interview series, I'm excited to have here today the founder of Brain Core Neurofeedback, Dr. Guy Annunziata, whose article was featured in issue 6. Dr. Guy, welcome.
Thank you, Gloria. I'm excited to be here as well.
Awesome. Before we get started with some questions, can you tell us a little about yourself, your career, and why you started Brain Core Neurofeedback?
Sure, it's actually quite an interesting story. I'm a chiropractor by training, but back in 2006, my nephew was diagnosed with autism, and my sister asked me, is there anything we can do to improve his quality of life? At that time, I knew nothing about neurofeedback, but someone introduced me to a book called Symphony in the Brain, which I recommend everyone read. It's a phenomenal book. And it changed my life because I knew at that point that neurofeedback was what I wanted to do. So I bought a neurofeedback machine and started using it with my patients and got incredible results. And then decided that I needed to bring this into the chiropractic profession. So I began a company called BrainCore, which doesn't just sell neurofeedback equipment. We provide a complete training. We train you. We do support, clinical support, technical support. We stay with you every step of the way. And I wanted to do that because I knew there were a lot of neurofeedback manufacturers out there that just basically sold you a piece of equipment and then it was up to you to learn how to use it. But I wanted to make something different. So I started BrainCore, and that actually started in 2010, and we've been growing ever since. We have over 350 offices right now using BrainCore throughout the country and in Canada. So it's been a wild journey, and I'm pleased to report that my nephew's doing very, very well, and he's actually an actor now. So
Wow,
it's
that's
been
a
a
great
very,
story.
yeah, it's been a really,
Congratulations.
really exciting, exciting quest, so to speak.
Yeah, that really is a great story.
Yeah.
Okay, so you describe neurofeedback as PT for the brain. What do
hmm
you mean by that?
Well, chiropractors hear the word neurofeedback and they think it's psychology or it's related to psychology and it's outside their scope. But if you just zoom out a little bit, chiropractic's always been about optimizing the nervous system function. That's what we learned in school, and that's what we, do every day when we adjust our patients. So, neurofeedback kind of works the same way. We're going to, first of all, measure brain activity. We do that non-invasively with what we call a QEEG brain map. The brain map, like I said, is non-invasive. It doesn't hurt. All we're doing is recording the brain waves coming from the individual's brain. And then what we do is we compare that recording to what is considered normal. And based on that comparison, we're able to identify patterns. And these patterns over time have been linked to uh, focus and attention issues, ADHD, anxiety, depression, sleep issues, concussion. So we can actually identify those conditions using a brain map. And then once we have those identified, all we have to do now is teach the brain how to regulate its brainwave patterns more efficiently. And as the brain does that, a lot of the symptoms that I just mentioned start to dissipate. So it really is like PT because it requires training. It requires constant repetition. We see our clients at least twice a week, and that could be for as long as 6 months because it takes a while for you to rebuild the nervous system, which is kind of what you're doing. So that's how it kind of relates to PT.
All right, excellent. In your opinion, which chiropractic patients are the best fit for neurofeedback?
Well, that's a great question, and I'll tell you, how many patients do you know of that are walking around with sleep issues, anxiety issues, depression issues, focus issues, post-concussion issues? I would venture to guess that every patient in a chiropractic office has one of those things at least, and those are what we deal with BrainCore. So when a chiropractic office adds BrainCore to their practice, they have a built-in clientele already. They have people that they're already seeing that would benefit from neurofeedback. So it becomes very, very easy to grow your practice from day one because all of these patients that you already have conditions that neurofeedback can help with. And then the other part of this is that once the word gets out that you're doing neurofeedback and that you've got a solution to a lot of these problems, people that aren't chiropractic patients start coming in, and then you can introduce them to chiropractic. So it kind of they feed each other, and we like to refer to that as the brain core effect, where your neurofeedback patients are going to become chiropractic patients, and your chiropractic patients become neurofeedback patients.
Excellent. Is neurofeedback too complicated to add to a practice?
It can be. So that's why I started BrainCore the way I started it. It is a complicated thing. I mean, you're dealing with the most complicated organ in the universe, the brain. We only know about 10% of what the brain can do. So yeah, it's a complicated thing. However, the way we do it with BrainCore is we provide a very, very thorough and complete training package that is done both with online on-demand courses as well as live training here in Hilton Head. And we make it very easy for you to start your practice. And then the nice thing is that we provide you with expert support in that every step of the way, we are always available to answer your questions with regards to any particular patient or any map that you don't understand. So our support is very, very strong, and we know that without that, a lot of these offices wouldn't be able to make it. So that's the reason why we've been able to grow to 350 offices because we make it easy for a chiropractor to implement in their office.
Okay, excellent. Does neurofeedback make business sense for chiropractors?
Well, it absolutely does because when you think about it, first of all, getting into neurofeedback is not that expensive. So the return on investment is almost immediate. But the nice thing about it's a lot of nice features about it. Number one, it is a cash-based service, so you don't have to worry about insurance. We know what a headache that can be. But a lot of people are afraid of a cash-based service. They're like, well, how do I get someone to pay out of pocket for this? Well, it's kind of easy because when you think about the conditions that you're dealing with, most of these conditions are only managed with medicine, right? So now if you're providing them with an option that could possibly eliminate the medication and not only manage the problem, but take care of the problem, actually fix the problem, people like that. People pay out of pocket for that. So yeah, it is something that is easy for chiropractors to get involved with. It's something that makes a lot of financial sense. As I mentioned earlier, your chiropractic patients are a built-in clientele already. It's not like you're starting from scratch. You already have the patients in your office, and almost every one of them has one of those conditions that really affects their life. So yeah, I think it's a very smart move for chiropractors.
All right, excellent. So last question, where do you see chiropractic going and how does neurofeedback fit into that picture?
Great question again. So I feel like chiropractic is always evolving. I feel like it's always getting broader and more accepted in our community. I remember when I first started, chiropractic was almost like a bad word, and now it's well accepted. Medical doctors refer to chiropractors all the time now. Everyone recognizes what we are. I think the evolution of chiropractic is that it's going to combine not just the body, which we're very, very good at, but it's also going to combine the brain. And that's where neurofeedback fits in. I really believe that when you address the brain and the body, you're giving a complete therapy, a complete approach to an individual as the individual is a whole. You're looking at everything, not just the spine. Remember, the brain is part of the nervous system too. And so I really feel that chiropractic is evolving into that brain body connection. And I think you'll see a lot more brain based therapies, not just neurofeedback, but other brain based therapies as well, coming into the chiropractic profession because of that.
Thank you.
You're
Excellent.
welcome.
Thank you so much for agreeing to the interview and thank you for writing for Chiropractic Economics. We really
My pleasure.
appreciate it. Our readers appreciate it. And until next time.
I look forward to it. Thank you so much for this. We appreciate
Yes.
it.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All righty.